Here's your first alert weather forecast with meteorologist Jason Livia.
December seems to have reversed itself with our weather conditions as we broke 50 today for the first time since November 26th. And warm weather is still on the way heading into tomorrow in front of our next system, which is currently swirling up near the Canadian border in the Dakotas and Montana at the moment. We're still under some warmer, at least compared to what we've seen over the last couple weeks, temperatures heading into this evening and tomorrow. Now, when it comes to tomorrow's rain, we're mostly looking at overnight into Friday, but a couple of light showers are possible in the early evening of Thursday, but the main rain won't be coming in until the cold front does overnight into early Friday morning. A couple heavy showers, maybe even a few thunderstorms are possible with this line, but it'll be moving pretty quickly, so we're not expecting any type of flooding from heavy rain moving into tomorrow. And after the cold front comes through, temperatures will drop far enough that we could see some light snow showers heading into Friday morning, but none that will accumulate in the Mid-Ohio Valley. There is a second system of rain that we're looking at into next week, but there are only lower chances of rain, and it's not even until around next Tuesday. So we'll keep an eye on what that'll bring next week, but we're fairly certain about heading into tomorrow. Temperatures after Thursday and Friday will pretty much level out around the 40s, possibly reaching back up into the 50s on Wednesday. So if you were looking for a white Christmas, it's certainly not going to happen here heading into next week. Now, right now, before we even get to anything I just talked about, we're at about 48 degrees on the Jandil Skycam. Winds coming in from the south-southwest at about 6 miles an hour, and it is still pretty clear out there in the Mid-Ohio Valley. Temperatures mostly in the mid to upper 40s across the region, but some 50s a little bit farther to the south over in Charleston and Huntington, and then over in Athens. Temperatures will pretty quickly cool off tonight under the clear skies, and any of that remaining snow on the ground, which there really isn't all that much. And we'll also see a little bit extra clouds through the area. We're still going to get pretty cold, around 34 for around midnight. Low tonight, just under freezing, but with all the snow melting today and draining off into the drains, we're not looking at any real impacts to the morning commute heading into tomorrow, but it will still be chilly tomorrow morning. So while you may need a jacket in the morning, sending kids off to school or in your morning commute, in the afternoon it'll be warmer but cloudier as our next system comes in. So you'd probably only need a hoodie for tomorrow. Looking at 57 for the high, a little bit of breezy winds and that late evening rain coming through the Mid-Ohio Valley, and then things start drying out heading into the weekend. That'll